Today is the last day of 2024. Oh my gosh, I literally been like turning around in my bed like I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yesterday I felt so restful because I feel like it's gonna be a smooth transition into a new year because it's like you already have your number one strategy, which is to trust God, and now you just have to put in the work to keep the faith and not let little I heard someone say yesterday, like when you go through hardships or things like that, just think of it as like it's a drill. It's a drill, you know? And it's like when you go through different trainings or you work for a company, like my job, for example, they'll do like fire drills. And it's just to make sure you know where to go in the case of an emergency. And so it's like when you are going through small little hiccups or distractions or even hardships, have that mindset that it's just a drill. You know where your help comes from. Your help comes from God. So do that same floor plan. Go down them same stairs and get on your knees and pray and ask God to save you from the situation. But what was on my mind this morning for 2024, I was reflecting on how kind God has been towards me, not for just like experiencing good things and overcoming like grief in different areas or overcoming hardships, but mainly because when I failed him, when I made a mistake, he didn't allow me to be a reflection of those mistakes. And so literally the title came into my spirit that I am not the result of my mistakes. I am the result of God's grace. And I'm getting teary-eyed when I say this, but I feel like sometimes I get, in this position where God tells me something and I partially obey because I'm like, oh, I want to test it out a little bit. Let me see it for myself. And then, when he allows me to do what I want to do and still teach me the lesson, I still come out not smelling like the smoke that I went through, not smelling like the fire that I went through. And it's because of his grace. And grace means his unmerited favor, meaning that God's goodness is so good that as a father, he's going to keep you in his goodness. He's going to keep you in his care. He's going to keep you in his grace so that you can abide and receive his promises still, despite making mistakes that could have separated you from him. But I love the whole chapter, Romans 8, because in that chapter it says that nothing in creation, neither death nor life nor famine, nothing in earth can separate you from the love of God. And I've experienced some separations in 2024, whether that was like classmates, friendships, relationships, with people, and this like their love for me is questionable. But the love of God remains the same. He still wants to give me opportunities. He still wants to protect me when I go out. He still wants to hear my worship and hear my voice. He still wants to talk to me. He still wants to do good things for me because he loves me so much. So as we walk into 2025, I just want you to know that you are not a result of your mistakes. As a child of God, if you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, you are the result of God's grace. You walk in a new year with grace. Like you have to expect good things to come. You're living in the land of the living, and you're going to see the goodness of God in the land of the living. So I'm just so grateful for God to say that to me this morning because, my brain be trying to trip as if I forget I'm an heir of righteousness and everything that is good is promised to me. And although we may fall short, because I have a covenant with Jesus, meaning I have Jesus in my heart, I asked him into my heart. He has saved me from sin. And I love him so much that I do my best to keep his commandments. I am guaranteed blessings and favors. I love Psalms 1:1. It says, whatever I do will prosper. That's a promise as an heir, as a child of God. That is a gift of God's favor. You are not a result of your mistakes. You are a result of God's grace.